Hi, hello, how are you? Amanda, Seint artist. We're going to talk about color correcting today. Do I need it? Maybe not. Do I like it? Absolutely. So we're going to talk about it. I have all my color correcting on. I have scarring, hyperpigmentation, redness, under eye darkness, and I'm going to tell you how I do it. So you can look and you could say, oh, her makeup looks nice. You're darn right it does. I like my makeup. That's why I talk about it all the time. And I'm going to show you how I do that. So I have something here, a makeup remover wipe. One of Seint's. They're really nice, but are they necessary? No, you can get any old makeup wipe. You don't need ours, but I have them, and I am going to show you what lies underneath. Okay, now tell me, can you do this with your regular makeup? We're just going to wipe off an area and then reapply. You can't do that with regular makeup, but you can with Seint, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about what is under my makeup. I have redness. I have scarring here. Up here, I have hyperpigmentation. We're going to bring this up high, and we're going to get rid of my under eye coverage so that you can see. I also have darkness and troughs under my eye. Okay, I've got stuff, and I like that my makeup, while I get the coverage I want, I get the look out of the makeup that I want. So right now I'm just letting this dry. We're going to dig into it. So the colors that I use are dense. They are contours. I use these guys right here. So this is actually a contour called Aspen, color of concrete. And then I use suede lip liner. Now these two together are really great. These are my two Demi colors. I don't like Demi on the base of my face. Demi was meant to be a standalone product. It wasn't meant to have another cream rubbed on top of it, which means I just don't think it works as well when you put the two together. If you must, put your Demi on top of the 3D, but for longevity of my makeup, because I have stuff I want gone all day, I don't want to have to keep touching it up, I use something like these two because the density. Their contours were meant to be dense because they're not meant to move. Whereas your highlight colors, when you put them on, or your Demi colors, they're meant to blend and work with your skin. So let's get into this. I'm going to be using the shape brush. I love this brush. It's such a good universal brush. I like it for my under eyes. I like it for my correcting. But because I like full coverage, I'm also going to use the buff brush to apply my makeup over top of it. And the first color I'm going to go into is Aspen. I am going to use the big end, and I'm going to go into Aspen. And I am just going to use this on my redness right here. All this is meant to do is mute the redness. You can still see the spots, but I have muted the redness. That's it. So if you have rosacea, this is a good option. Talk to me about your rosacea though, because there are about a bazillion different tones of rosacea out there. And so sometimes Aspen can turn it purple, and there is an alternative. We will talk this through. We will make this work. But for me and my scarring with a bit of rosacea, Aspen works really well. The next color I'm going into is that suede lip liner. Going in on the big end, and we're going to camouflage this guy. And I'm going around him, and then I'm going to blend it up. Blending it up. Usually I bring it all the way up, but I already have makeup on up here. And I'm just putting this around to camouflage it. We still see all the things, but we are hiding it, okay? Now, if you have dry skin, dry lips, dry skin, dry patches, get balm. I use this under my eyes. This helps things glide really well. And I'm putting this on that inner corner and down. I get a little bit dry. I've got texture. I've got fine lines. And I don't want it to crease, and I don't want it to look dry. So I add a little balm to prep. All right. I am going to go in with a spot brush, and I am going to go into Y01. Everybody's under eye color is different, and some have multiple colors. We talk this through. We find out what you need. So under my eye here, I like to turn so you can really see. I have darkness right here. So I'm going to add that Y01 to my darkest point. I do have two colors under my eyes. You need a very small amount, and I'm just tapping this point to point. Where it's dark, I'm going to bring this up into this corner where I get dark also. All right. And I'm going to grab a little more, and I'm going to lift my trough. Everybody has this trough area. Now, understanding discoloration and shadowing are different. Lightness will lift out, whereas contour obviously pushes in and creates a shadow. I'm going to take my fluffy end with nothing on it, and I'm going to tap this out. Demi takes a little more work because it is a point-to-point color, and it's going to lift and fix that discoloration and brighten. I'm going to go into 03 with the fluffy end, and I'm going to take this lighter darkness, and I'm just going to clean it up with that little orange color. So O stands for orange, and YO is a yellow orange, so it's lead with yellow. I'm just moving my hair out of my way here. All right. Now that my coloring has been corrected and camouflaged, I can put my makeup on. And that's why I like this. This can go really quick once you get the hang of it. All makeup, you can do your whole face in 10 minutes, including color correcting. It can be done. Not when you're doing a tutorial and you talk as much as I do. I'm going to go to my buff brush. This is a full coverage brush. We have many other brushes that you can use depending on the coverage that you want. All right, I'm going to go in on the big end. I'm going to go into my main highlight, which is Athens. And I am just going to go, I have already put a little bit of makeup on down here. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to give myself coverage now. I've already balanced my skin out down here. So we're just going to add this on, balancing the tone, and then I'm bringing it up to my scarring. And you just tap, because if you wipe through, you're going to pick up too much product. I'm now giving myself the coverage that I want, and I'm going to tap this over that hyperpigmentation just a little bit. And having that dense aspen and suede on, look at how nice that already looks. Having those two dense products on top, I'm going to tap it over so they don't move and blend. They're going to hold my makeup in place also. So they're going to hold my makeup in place, and then I can go into my contour. I'm going to go in on the side here. This is cedar. I think cedar is a great contour to help camouflage and hide that hyperpigmentation, and I'm just going to put this on the base. My discoloration is also in what I call a high traffic area. It's right where my contour goes. So I'm using a color that will also work with it, and then I'm just bringing this up, just like that, into my hollow, just above at the base of my cheekbone. I'm going to use this brush, and I'm also going to grab a little bit of my bronzer. I like having some warmth into my makeup, so I'm just adding that to the top of that cheekbone, and it's helping to blend down. I underblend my contour, so using my bronzer, when I apply it, it blends down a little bit more, and it'll have this really beautiful finish at the end. Now here's the deal with having my discoloration and wanting a good punchy cheek. If I use something that's bright pink like this guy, or I want to use a color like this, it can sometimes pull my scarring through. So I go into a color called Frenchie, and I'm going to tap this over my scarring because I really wanted to keep that scarring at bay. Then I can go into something like Rosewood, and I'm going to pop this up here above that discoloration, not on it because it'll pull it through. Grabbing that big end, I'm going to tap onto the top Rosewood color, and then I'm going to bring it down to Frenchie. And this is going to help keep that scarring from coming through, and it creates this really pretty blush color. I'm going to switch back to the shape brush for my under eyes. You want very little product. Less is more when it comes to your under eyes. And so when you're doing that, we're going to go in. I'm going to use the color Sunlit on the small end. I'm going to smile and see my shine, and we're just going to fluff this in. We're going to bring it up over that demi color, and then we're just tapping this on, and they're going to work together to create this really pretty brightened under eye that is also concealing my darkness, and it's not accentuating the texture of my skin. Your under eyes can be easily texturized. I could texturize a 5-year-old's under eyes using too much makeup because skin is a texture and it can get accentuated. Less is more. Less is more. So pairing it with demi when you have darkness creates a really nice light surface of highly pigmented little bits of makeup. And it's just good. Look at that. That's a darn good looking face. Then I could take my clip down, and that's how I like it. So do I need color correcting? Probably not. Do I love it? I do, because I don't have that thick cakey finish of my makeup. It's good stuff. So that's it. That's how I color correct my scarring, my hyperpigmentation, a bit of rosacea, and my under eye darkness. That is it. It is good. Let's do a color match. Have a great day.